a tree and broke my neck in 2 places, C4, C5, so that's a complete injury where I've only got use of my head and shoulders. And as you know, with the situation you're in now, it's tough at them early times, and I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know how I was going to get through the next day. I still killed the bloody thing. Yeah. I tried to miss him, but yeah. So I didn't need to swerve really, but yeah, I tried, yeah, and I still killed him, yeah, poor bugger. But yeah, and it's a tough time when you're in here, and I certainly remember it, and certainly know what you're going through, and I know what my family went through. And I was in for 11 months. I had skull traction for 4.5 months. I was on a ventilator for 4 months-ish as well. So all of that is, and I was sort of, they was trying to keep me sedated a bit because just complications. I knew she was going to bring me because there was complications and that. So, but after the sort of, I started coming round a little bit really. Reality slapped me in the face a little bit really, and thinking, wow, I didn't know. To be honest, even though I knew people in wheelchairs now, I didn't know to the extent that you can have an accident and all of a sudden you're in a chair, you know. I thought maybe people were born in them, not like come out in the chair, but like...
Oh, you poor man!
Yeah, but I thought they may be born with injuries like that. I didn't realise you could get the level of injury that I was dealing with at the time through something just what happened like myself. And I certainly know what you're going through, because I remember being back in the unit thinking like every day turned to a week and every week turned to a month, and I didn't know how I was going to get through it, and it was pretty damn tough. But as time went on, the time came when I was ready to be released. So that was after 11 months, and I was left the unit after 11 months. I was scared but excited at the same time. I didn't really know what to expect. As you know, when you're in here, there's so much information in here. Everyone knows everything about everyone, and it's easy to talk to people about even the most sort of personal things, because your bedmates and whatnot are going through it. But it just worried me when I was first leaving a little bit, but still I was excited to crack on and find myself again, you know, because it just takes time to find yourself again after such a life-changing situation as you know now. But since then, as time went on, I had a computer bought for me, and before my injury I'd never sat down long enough to learn how to use one, to be honest. I had ants in my pants and I was a bit like a hyperactive chicken, so I weren't the best for learning really. I was no good at school. Really all I wanted to do was leave school when I was younger and just work. And when I worked as an engineer at TR Fastenings. Then I started my own business out gardening. But then when my injury happened, I was still doing the gardening. And the person who owned the garden where I was looking after wanted to buy me a computer. And like I said, I didn't know how to use one, so it stayed in a box for a bit, and then they sent someone round for an hour, a couple of hours, writing it down, how to shut it down properly so I didn't keep getting the blue screen up, so he said. And so I had it all written down how to do it, and at the time it was going to be used by voice recognition, and that was like nearly 15 years ago, so it wasn't as sharp as what it is now. And every bugger come in a room saying something, the conversation's up there, and by the time I tried to tell it to backspace, I got 3 paragraphs up on there with not what I was saying. So I decided I wanted to try a mouth stick, very similar to this mouth stick here, but just a bit longer, and with like a rubber on the end and a bit of Velcro. So I thought if I put a bit of Velcro on the mouse button, I'll be able to use the mouse like that and then just shake it off. And I whacked a couple of phone directories behind the keyboard just to raise it up a bit. so I could type like Woody the Woodpecker. and I just taught myself how to use it from then, really. And from then, as a few years went on, some people asked if I could print them some business cards. Some friends asked me, so I'll give it a go. I still had it written down how to shut it down properly. So we got this printer out of the box, and it had a disc in there saying print artist, where, just like one of the publishing programs where you can like teach yourself how to do business cards and letterheads and things like that. So I thought I'll give it a go, and as time went on I started doing business cards and that for friends, and cutting a long story short, yeah, a few years down the line I've been producing business cards, letterheads, golf umbrellas, hoodies, t-shirts for nearly 13 jumpers, yeah, 14 years I've been doing that. I do everything from design to print to pack to post, all from home. Got t-shirt presses at home, and I'm just the only one designer that just does it all by mouth, and never did I think that was possible at the time. But while I was doing that, I got I was up here doing a talk, and I met Stuart, who some of you may have met already from the Backup Trust, and he's going to me telling me what he's done. I've done a skydive, and I'm thinking, how the bloody are you going to do a skydive in a wheelchair? I just didn't think, to be honest, it was possible, and he's going, yeah, of course you can. So I thought, all right then, maybe I'll give it a go, give me a ring. And so he got back to me and asked if I wanted to go on a course, and so I decided to go on a backup weekend course, doing sailing, abseiling, kayaking, learning some wheelchair skills and that. And I come away from that weekend thinking I didn't realise how much more I could do. I thought, you know, I've had my physical ability taken away, and I just thought things like that were not doable now. So it really opened my eyes and give me some spring in my step to make me feel like, do you know what, I can do more and more. Since then I went on another course. We went and done a ramble first, which is just like a bit of a challenge through a park in Hampshire. We have a team of people wheeling you through. Eh?
We're properly addressed.
Yeah, and 2 nights of camping, and I'm thinking I don't know how we're going to do camping. So, but we get lifted on to do the camping and that, and transferred over, a few beers and that, so the tenting didn't feel quite so cold. And then as time went on, I thought, you know, I can do more and more. And I just really didn't think it was possible, you know. Backup let me realise that there's life out there, even though I've just got use of my head. From then on, the following year I've done a trek to Snowdon, tallest mountain in Wales, and we conquered that 1 year. The following year we done it again. In between them times I've become a leader for Backup, so I lead the multi-activity courses, ski courses, drama courses all over the country. I also become a power wheelchair skills trainer for them, so we go into the spinal units all around the UK and Wales and do power wheelchair skills training and just talking to people, you know, being there for support, because if something I've gone through and that I found tough that I can help somebody else with, that's worth more than any pound I can earn, you know. And it's just amazing to be able to think that just talking to them and talking about my experiences is really making a difference in somebody else's life, you know. Since then I've done kayaking, canoeing.
I think it's better to tell them what you haven't done, because
I ain't done horse riding yet.
Okay.
Paragliding, skydiving. I've just in that picture up there where I look like a Teletubby, that picture in the middle. They kept calling me Lala, I couldn't see why. That was when I passed last year. I passed my open water scuba diving course out in Egypt, and I was a member of the Scuba Trust for 7 years, and to be honest I was too scared to go with them, because I thought they'd reject me because I've only got 40% of lung capacity. So I thought they'd say you won't be able to breathe under the water. But after doing things with backup and building up confidence inside me to maybe be ready to be rejected if I was going to be rejected, you know. And so I went there, I started doing it. I took a year to do the course, but most people can do it in a week though. I was a little bit scared, yeah. But that photo up there just explained, I wanted a photo taken of, so it looks like I'm standing on the bottom of the ocean. And it's just got big memories for me, that picture of everything that I went through, really. And that, you know what, anything's doable, you know, and I just want to share that with you from now. Next month we're doing Ben Nevis. I'm going to be hopefully the first person with just using my head to conquer Ben Nevis. It's been done before with people in chairs, but not with just the use of my head. Hugh here, a good friend of mine from years ago, Robert, Jack, they're going to be on my team as well to help me to the top. And I just want to show people that anything's doable, you know. From then as well, that's just training to do. We're putting a challenge in to do the 3 peaks in 48 hours at the end of September, well, August, September.
Do you still have any friends left?
I'm wearing them out. And that's all training again because I want to be the first person to climb Kilimanjaro next year with just use of my head. So I know some of them things are to the extreme, but if they're to the extreme, you know, and I can do that with my head. And I just want you to know that life goes on, you know. We're born with our arms and legs, and we think we can't live our life without the use of them, but you can. And people say to me, what would I change when I'm doing different talks? They say, what would you change if I could? And honestly, I don't need to change anything to have a perfectly good life. So I hope some of my experiences have showed you that life still goes on, you know. It feels tough at the beginning. I'm not saying it's a bed of roses right at the beginning, but life goes on and it's so normal. I don't like using the word normal really because my mates tell me I ain't normal. But yeah, I just want to show that life still goes on. So I hope everything goes all right for you. Thank you very much.